CDL Practice Test, Illinois, General Knowledge, Part 2. Question number 26. Which of the following should you not do in the event of hydraulic brake failure? A. Use the parking or emergency brake. B. Pump the brakes. C. Shift up. The correct answer here, C. Shift up. Explanation. If your hydraulic brakes fail while you're driving, try pumping the brake pedal to build up enough hydraulic pressure to stop your vehicle. If this fails, downshift to use engine braking and apply the parking brake. Release the parking brake before you lock the wheels. If all else fails, look for an escape route. Head for an escape ramp or an open field and let your vehicle slow to a stop. Question number 27. If the vehicle you are driving has hydraulic brakes, how do you test for leaks? A. Pump the brake pedal 5 times fast and quickly let go. B. Look under the cab for signs of brake fluid. C. Pump the brakes twice and hold down for a minimum of 10 seconds. D. Pump the brake pedal 3 times, then firmly push the pedal for 5 seconds. The correct answer here, D. Pump the brake pedal 3 times, then firmly push the pedal for 5 seconds. Explanation. If pumping the brakes and holding the pedal for 5 seconds causes the pedal to move, there may be a hydraulic brake leak that needs to be addressed before driving the vehicle. Question number 28. When beginning a long downgrade, which of the following should not influence your choice of speed? A. The road and weather conditions. B. Your schedule. C. The weight of your vehicle plus its cargo. D. The steepness of the downgrade. The correct answer here, B. Your schedule. Explanation. You should handle the downgrade according to the conditions you are facing, not your schedule. Question number 30. When is it safe to remove the radiator cap? A. When the cap is cool enough to touch with a bare hand. B. Anytime, as long as the engine isn't overheated. C. Whenever it is cold outside. D. As soon as you've stopped. The correct answer here, A. When the cap is cool enough to touch with a bare hand. Explanation. Don't take any chances with the radiator cap. If you open it while it is still hot, you can receive a blast of steam that can cause serious injury. Question number 31. Gross combination weight rating or GCWR means the following. A. The total weight of single vehicle. B. The total weight of single plus load. C. The total weight of a powered unit plus trailer. S. D. The total weight of a powered unit plus trailer. S. Plus the cargo. The correct answer here, D. The total weight of a powered unit plus trailer. S. Plus the cargo. Explanation. The gross combination weight rating, GCWR, is the value specified by the manufacturer of the power unit and the towed unit, S, including load, or any combination thereof. Question number 32. Where or when should you test the stopping action of your service brakes? A. At a special brake testing center only. B. When the vehicle is moving at about 5 miles per hour. C. In the parking lot when the vehicle is not moving. The correct answer is here, B. When the vehicle is moving at about 5 miles per hour. Explanation. To test the service brakes, do the following. Wait for normal air pressure. Release the parking brake. Move the vehicle forward at about 5 miles per hour. And apply the brakes firmly. Check whether the brakes stop your vehicle promptly. And note any abnormal signs such as your vehicle pulling to one side. Question number 33. Dry bulk tanks and hanging meat. A. Have low centers of gravity. B. Do not require special care. C. Are unstable loads. The correct answer is here, C. Are unstable loads. Explanation. Dry bulk tanks and hanging meat are two cargoes with high centers of gravity. Plus, hanging meat sways significantly when you're driving on a curve, making for a very unstable load. Question number 34. According to the driver's manual, why should you limit the use of your horn? A. The horn is not a good way to let others know you're there. B. It wears down the battery. C. It can startle other drivers. The correct answer is here, C. It can startle other drivers. Explanation. Your horn can startle other drivers, pedestrians, or animals. Hence, it should only be used to warn others of a potential hazard, not for general communication and certainly not to express anger or frustration. Question number 35. When driving in an area with few streetlights on a clear night, if you cannot see well with your headlights, you should A. Turn your interior lights on. B. Find another route that is better lit. C. Use your high beams when legal and keep your interior lights off. The correct answer is here, C. Use your high beams when legal and keep your interior lights off. Explanation. If the lights from your instrument panel or other interior lights are too bright, it will take time for your eyes to adjust to the darkness outside. Help your eyes adjust to the outside darkness by dimming your instrument panel lights as much as possible and turning off all other interior lights. Use your high beam headlights whenever possible. However, dim your headlights whenever you're within 500 feet of an oncoming vehicle or within 500 feet of a vehicle you are following. Question number 37. Which of these statements about engine overheating is true? A. If your engine overheats within 20 miles of the end of your trip, you should complete the trip and then check the problem. B. You should never shut off an overheated engine until it cools. C. You should never remove the radiator cap on a pressurized system until the system has cooled. The correct answer is here, C. You should never remove the radiator cap on a pressurized system until the system has cooled. Explanation. Never remove the radiator cap if the engine is overheated. Steam and boiling water could shoot out under high pressure and injure you. Wait until you can touch the radiator cap with your bare hand without it feeling excessively hot. Some vehicles have coolant overflow tanks or sight glasses that let you check the coolant level without removing the radiator cap. Question number 38. Which of these statements about tires and hot weather driving is true? A. The air pressure of a tire decreases as the temperature of the tire increases. B. When driving in very hot weather, you should inspect your tires every 2 hours or every 100 miles. C. If a tire is too hot to touch, you should drive on it to cool it off. The correct answer is B. When driving in very hot weather, you should inspect your tires every 2 hours or every 100 miles. Explanation. Air pressure increases with temperature. In very hot temperatures, a tire may blow out or even catch fire. Check your tires every 2 hours or 100 miles. If any tires are too hot to touch, remain stopped until they cool off. Question number 39. If you need to leave the road in a traffic emergency, you should A. Tap repeatedly on the brakes. B. Try to get all the wheels off the pavement. C. Avoid braking until your speed has decreased to about 20 miles per hour. The correct answer is C. Avoid braking until your speed has decreased to about 20 miles per hour. Explanation. If you've moved onto a shoulder that may have a loose surface, let your vehicle slow down to about 20 miles per hour before you brake. Braking at a higher speed on a loose surface can cause a skid. Question number 40. All of the following behaviors are signs of aggressive driving except A. Purposely blocking another vehicle from changing lanes. B. Purposely straddling 2 lanes of traffic. C. Frequent changes of speed. The correct answer is C. Frequent changes of speed. Explanation. Aggressive driving is driving in a selfish or pushy manner, which is dangerous enough. Road rage is even worse. Intentionally driving to harm someone or physically assaulting someone in his or her vehicle. Examples of aggressive driving include tailgating, purposely straddling 2 lanes of traffic, purposely blocking another vehicle from changing lanes, and honking the horn to express annoyance, anger, or frustration. Examples of road rage include deliberately ramming another vehicle and exiting one's vehicle to directly confront another driver. However, there are legitimate situations in which a motorist may need to change speeds frequently, such as in heavy traffic or on winding roads. Question number 41. Which of these statements about railroad crossings is false? A. You should not shift gears on a track as it could cause you to stall. B. You should never allow traffic conditions ahead of you to make you stop on the tracks. C. If you get stuck on the tracks, you should immediately exit the vehicle and call 911 or the railroad. D. You should be able to hear a train approaching in your own approach to the tracks. The correct answer is D. You should be able to hear a train approaching in your own approach to the tracks. Explanation. You should never expect to be able to hear a train approaching due to the noise in your cab, and as a result, should carry out your own strenuous visual observations. Question number 42. When double clutching, what should you do if you have difficulty getting into the next gear? A. Force the lever until you get into gear. B. Return to neutral, increase the engine speed to match road speed, and try again. C. Drop back to the previous gear. D. Rev the engine to jolt the transmission. The correct answer is B. Return to neutral, increase the engine speed to match road speed, and try again. Explanation. If you have difficulty getting into the next gear, do not try to force it. Instead, return to neutral, release the clutch, increase the engine speed to match road speed, and try again. Question number 43. When backing up, which side should you back toward? A. Neither side. Go back straight. B. The right side. C. Either side. D. The left side. The correct answer is here. D. The left side. Explanation. If given the choice, always back toward the left side because you can see more on that side. Question number 44. Escape ramps are A. Used to get out of a burning truck. B. For combination vehicles only. C. Used to stop runaway vehicles. The correct answer is here. C. Used to stop runaway vehicles. Explanation. Escape ramps are located on many steep mountain grades. Escape ramps are built to stop runaway vehicles safely without injuring drivers or passengers. Escape ramps use a long bed of loose, soft material such as gravel to slow a runaway vehicle, sometimes in combination with an upgrade. Question number 45. There are certain types of vehicle inspection, including A. Post-trip, pre-trip, en route. B. Maintenance, physical, general. C. Both to the answers are correct. The correct answer is here. A. Post-trip, pre-trip, en route. Explanation. Before you drive your vehicle, perform a pre-trip inspection to make sure everything is in working order. Every time you stop during your trip, check critical items such as your brakes, tires, and cargo. After your trip, perform another inspection and report anything that may require maintenance. Question number 46. Which of the following is not a type of retarder? A. Electric. B. Hydraulic. C. Robotic. The correct answer is here. C. Robotic. Explanation. There are 4 basic types of retarders: electric, engine, exhaust, and hydraulic. Question number 47. When a doctor prescribes medication for you and you know you will be driving, you should A. Ask the doctor if the medication will affect your ability to drive. B. Take the medication as well as other medications to keep you alert. C. Take the medication but stop taking it if you notice it is affecting your driving. The correct answer is here. A. Ask the doctor if the medication will affect your ability to drive. Explanation. Some prescription drugs can impair your driving abilities. If your doctor prescribes a medication for you, be sure to ask him or her if the medication can impair your driving abilities. Question number 48. You should downshift in advance before A. Approaching a tunnel. B. Turning at a junction. C. Approaching a bridge. D. Entering a curve or downgrade. The correct answer is here. D. Entering a curve or downgrade. Explanation. Downshifting before starting down a hill allows you to take advantage of engine braking. You should downshift to the gear required, which is usually lower than the gear required to climb the hill. Downshifting before a curve will slow you down and help you get the power you will need to accelerate out of the curve. Question number 49. Which of these is a good thing to remember when crossing or entering traffic with a heavy vehicle? A. The best way to cross traffic is to pull the vehicle partway across the road and block one lane, while waiting for the other lane to clear. B. Because heavy vehicles are easy to see, you can count on other drivers to move out of your way or slow down for you. C. Heavy vehicles need larger gaps in traffic than cars. The correct answer is here. C. Heavy vehicles need larger gaps in traffic than cars. Explanation. Large, heavy vehicles accelerate more slowly than passenger cars, and they are also longer. When driving such a vehicle, you need a much bigger gap to enter traffic than you would if you were driving a car. Question number 50. If the vehicle in front of you is smaller than yours, it can probably A. Make turns faster than you. B. Stop faster than you. C. Outrun you. The correct answer is here. B. Stop faster than you. Explanation. Large vehicles like CMVs tend to have longer braking distances than smaller vehicles. Always maintain an adequate following distance behind the vehicle in front of you. Otherwise, if it suddenly slows down, you may not have enough space to avoid rear-ending it.